How about the Apollo? You've been doing that for 18, 19 years
About
almost?
18 years, yeah. Yeah, I started at the Apollo. I think every musician has points in their career where you have peaks and valleys. Mm-hmm. And when I came to the Apollo, it was at a valley. And I was on my way to move to Japan. I was
Seriously?
like, yeah. I was like, if things don't pick up the way I would like them to, I'm out of here. I'm going to Japan, and I'm going to just do that.
Because of a lack of perspectives?
Well, there was just I had been working a lot, and then, what happens, and believe me, if you talk to a lot of musicians, they'll tell you the same thing. They lock you into a certain situation, and then other people won't call you because they think you're gone.
Yeah.
So because I was working in other things, they would go, oh, he's busy.
These TV show guys.
Right, yeah, he's busy. So I'm doing other things. This is before the TV show.
All
so
right.
I'm doing other things, and people are not calling me, and I'm like, I need a gig.
Yeah.
So I know if I go over to Japan, I could just work all the time if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So then I gave myself to January of that year, and Buddy Williams called me in December. And there was another situation where I was subbing, and they said, we like this guy, we're going to keep him. And me and Buddy are really good friends, but, I guess what it really was is that Buddy is super busy. Buddy Williams, you know Buddy Williams. Everyone knows Buddy Williams. Buddy Williams was working with everybody, but he was trying to keep the Apollo gig and work, but it just was too much going on, too much on his plate. Mm-hmm. So I got called in to do the gig, and I was in the city, and the timing was right, and I ended up being there up until now. I did the TV show run, we did touring with the Apollo thing. It's been a long gig.
You guys do comedy night or amateur night?
We do amateur night on Wednesdays.
Exactly.
We did the TV show for almost 12 years.
Wow.
And after the TV show ended, I stayed on for a while, and then the band kind of parted ways. Mm-hmm. But I have a whole other venture that has nothing to do with music that's doing really well. So it kind of
the cookies.
The cookies.
We're getting to the cookies in a bit. Definitely. No, because I want to know about the cookies as well. But the Apollo, is that would you say, a 2, 3, or 4 day gig a week? How does that work?
It's a 1 day a gig week on Wednesday.
All right. Amateur
night. Amateur night is Wednesday. And then the TV show was twice a year.
All right.
We would do an entire season in 4 days, which
wow.
We would call it Hell Week. We would have to be on set at 6 in the morning, and sometimes we wouldn't leave until almost 11 o'clock at night.
All right.
And then you had to turn around and do that again. And the leading up to it, the preparation, no production company, no TV crew wants to have to do constant retakes.
No.
So we would make it a point, the guys in the band, to really, nail the stuff, and everybody had multiple things to do. Uh-huh. Like, I did drums and played the percussion, and if it was ever time we needed to arrange like a drum part because they didn't have it, or an artist didn't have it, Ray would throw it to everyone in the band. Okay, Ralph, you do this. Okay, Artie, you do that. Russell, do this. So we were really like this combat team that we enjoyed doing it.
Heavy.
It was a lot of fun. So you held different hats. The band, it was only 4 pieces, but we were 4 pieces that could handle a whole lot of different things.
Is there a lot of rehearsing involved, or does it come to spontaneity?
Well, the rehearsals were not as long as we should have had them, but because of the band that we had, Ray Chu, Artie Reynolds, Russell Graham, and myself, we all came out of clubs in New York. We all came out of playing a whole lot of music, a lot of different styles. So if an artist came, and one artist we had to do Disney, and then we had to turn around and do like some, other big, super orchestral piece, we had to pull it off. Yeah. Just the 4 of us. So we were kind of used to doing that kind of thing, but we didn't have a lot of rehearsal time. There was a lot of music preparation beforehand, but there were times when the artist would come in and go, well, I don't want to do that song. Or an amateur, I don't want to do, we're going to do something else. Yeah. And right at that moment, there would have to be a chart done, they would have to Xerox it, and we would have to go and knock it out.
Because write speed charts yourself, or
Yeah,
how does
all
that
the
work?
time.
Yeah.
All the time. You know, sometimes it's just, okay, let's make this happen right now. We'll listen to a needle drop or whatever it is. And when you're working in a capacity of maybe 4 shows a day with 6 different artists per show, you had to get all of that music ready. And if somebody made a change, maybe Ray, he didn't have time, so he would depend on us to jot it down, let's make it happen, and when we get, let's nail it. And it was good.
Did it ever go wrong? Horribly?
You mean train wrecks on our part?
For instance?
I tell you, the worst things that would happen is when an amateur would get nervous and just make a left turn in the middle of the show.
Basically disappear into thin air.
Now, sometimes it would be so bad we would have to stop. You know, because they would just get nervous. I mean, this is an amateur; they would just stand there, and all of a sudden. But if we would hear them, like there are times when an artist would be singing a song. Just say if it was "Row or Row Your Boat," and we're playing, we get them an introduction, and they go row, row, row. We would immediately
alter.
They would They would find him immediately. You know, like
well, that is amazing.
Yeah, and it ended up just being a part of our DNA.